Here's a book I just finished listening to. Excellent. It's entitled How I Healed My Teeth by Eating Sugar. And it's written by Joey Lott. Yep. I think it's just excellent. It's an excellent read. It doesn't take long. If you put it on 2x, it only takes about 35 minutes to listen to it. If you listen to it at 1x speed, it takes an hour and 10 minutes, okay? I listened to most of it on 1x because I wanted to make sure I was hearing it good, but then when it got toward the last 10 minutes or so, 10, 20 minutes, something like that, I put it on 2x, if I remember correctly. But anyway, good stuff. And toward the end of the book, you better believe it, there was some pausing and some taking up some notes. Dental health is important, in my opinion, if you're trying to get taller. Pregnant women, there's been a saying, it goes way back, that women lose a tooth for every baby. And the reasoning behind that is that to grow a baby inside of them, it requires minerals and proteins and all this stuff. And so the woman's body is looking for nutrients from somewhere. And so one way that the body gets those nutrients is through one of the mother's teeth. And so they lose a tooth with every child. So that's just a old saying. Some people say that such words are a myth, but no, there's truth behind that. And so the point is, if a woman wants to avoid losing a tooth for every baby, what she needs to do is make sure her nutrition is where it needs to be, and that she's taking care of her dental health and make sure she's giving her body enough nutrients for the baby and for herself. So, what does all of that have to do with growing taller? Well, if you're trying to grow taller, you're trying to add to your bones. You're trying to add to your musculature, your cartilage, and whatever else. Okay? And you want, in your efforts to gain more, you're not trying to lose anything. Okay? And so you don't want, similar to the woman who's having a baby, and many pregnant women, they actually get taller. A lot of them, okay? They actually some get taller. They know they get taller with every pregnancy. So in your case, if you're trying to get taller, just understand it's like you are adding to your person, if you will. Let's say you're 5'11", and you're trying to get 3 inches taller, so you can be 6'2". Well, that's three more inches of human. Okay? I mean, and that human, that extra human, if you're a slim dude, I mean, you looking at 15 pounds, and that's more than a baby. Okay, that's more than a baby. And so you don't want to lose. That's twins. Okay, that's twins. So you don't want to lose 2 teeth behind trying to grow 3 inches taller. Now, do you? No, you don't. Of course not. So dental health is important. When I first started my Grow Tall adventures in late 2012, it was the fall of 2012. No, actually, when I first started, it was the tail end of summer. It was September 2012. But anyway, I was very interested in how I was taking care of my teeth. That was one thing, like my nightly routine before I go to bed. It's like when I'm sleeping, I want my body to just focus on his height. Don't worry about my teeth. My teeth are taken care of. My teeth are taken care of. Just get me more height. And so anything that I was doing, I was taking care of my teeth. So that was one less thing my body had to worry about. And I didn't want my body to have to rob from my teeth to get me height. But I also didn't want my body to rob potential height to take care of my teeth. Your teeth are bones. Your teeth are bones, and it's a great thing. You know you're doing well in your day-to-day routines when you feel that your teeth are healthy. And if you have a cavity, if you can actually rub your tongue across it and you can actually feel that cavity is filling in, you know your body is in bone building mode. And it's a good confirmation in what you're doing for your height, and it builds your faith. It's like, oh, if my teeth are actually remineralizing, if my teeth are actually improving, if dare I say it, if my teeth are actually growing in some way, or regrowing, or repairing, or let's say regenerating, there's some sort of regenerating happening with the bones in my mouth. What regeneration could be happening in the bones throughout the rest of my body? What growth could be happening in the bones and the rest of my body? This book, in just 1 hour and 10 minutes, it talks about all sorts of controversial things, and it does it in a lighthearted way, and it helps remove anxiety, and it's great. And especially when if you read my book, and my book, it was written in a way, it's like, hey, this is the ultimate, like if you want to do it, if you want to grow taller and just have the ultimate grow tall routine, or the ultimate nutrition, because we're speaking in terms of nutrition right now, the ultimate dietary protocol okay, here is a pattern that you could consider. But see, that what's laid out in the book may not feel doable to you. It may not feel doable to everybody. Okay? Even I look at it, it's a challenge. It is a challenge to do. But this book, see, given the knowledge that you have, given the knowledge that you have, given the knowledge I have, I read the book, and it was a good reminder that no one has to be a perfectionist here. There's no need to be a perfectionist. And as you notice, at the end of the book, like before I got into those final notes, those draft notes, that extra bonus material, whatever you want to call it. Before that section, and I got to the end of the book part. I need a bigger vocabulary. I know. What I said was, hey, I got taller without the implementation of the butterfly way. I got taller, and I got taller fast by doing this. And I outlined it. I outlined the drink I took. I explained it right there, and it's in a blip real fast. This is what I did. I took this drink, and I took these supplements, and I got taller. Okay? And I'm telling you, earlier today, well, it's 2:17 in the morning right now, but earlier today, I was looking at some of my old videos from over a decade ago that I'm thinking of making them public again. In one of those videos, I talked about how when I grew half an inch in 35 days, I wasn't doing 1/4 of what I was supposed to do. Okay? I wasn't doing 1/4. And so I was listening to that, and I was like, dang. Because over time, you forget some things. And so I was going back. I said, what? I wasn't doing 1/4 of what I was supposed to do, and I grew half an inch in 35 days? Wow. And so I was listening to that earlier today, and then a few hours ago, I finished listening to this book. And it reiterated that fact that you don't have to be perfect, y'all. Just get the doggone thing done. Just get her done. That's all you got to do. Figure out what you can do, take care of the main thing, and you move forward. Let's just get it done. Take care of the main thing. And another reminder of that is Andrei Smaev. I mean, you look at what he's taken in. I mean, how many things are organic? I don't remember looking at anything organic. Maybe it was, but like right off the bat, I can't think of anything organic that he was taking in. But he grew. Okay? He was taking some supplements. And I think the principles, he got them. And he had some habits. He had some habits that were kind of cool. And I think you're going to see that in part 5. If not part 5, it's either part 6. And it might be part 6 and 7. But these habits that he had. Oh, boy. Yeah. And here's the point. He took care of the main thing. know what the main things are. Okay? Know what the main things are. But if you ever get to a point where you want to be taller, let's say you do the main thing and you get some gains. And then if after a while you're not seeing any gains, well, it just may simply be time for a reset. And if you ever need to reset, you can go and look at a, shall I say, a supreme pattern, if you will, or supreme principles, or, you know, forgive me, I can't think of the words, but but one way of looking at it, just one tool or avenue that you have at your one tool that is available for you to help you reset is my book. That's one thing that you can do. You can get it at growtallfast.com, okay? I know that kind of sounds like a shameless plug, but I mean it with all sincerity. You go to growtallfast.com, get the book. It shows you how to trigger an adult growth spurt. And it shows you some principles that if you follow it, I mean, looks like growth is going to happen. Or you really put the odds in your favor. And I even talk about ways that I have implemented the principles to some degree without really realizing it. Okay? And you can find out more in the book. And I think I talk about that in the book. And if I don't, it's in one of these videos that you see here. I really recommend you get this book here. It's good. And toward the end of the book, he talks about another one of his books about just how to be happy in life, just how to be happy. And I'll tell you what, I haven't read the book, and I hope it's a good book. I hope it's not a bad book. You know, yeah, because and when I say bad, I'm thinking of something very, very dark. So, don't worry about it. But I just wanted to say, his book may be stress relieving to you. And if you have issues with your teeth right now, it may be a load off, okay? He may lighten the load, okay? So, this is a book I recommend. Don't take nothing to read it. And if you just listen to the principles, I think it can even help you in your grow tall routine, okay? That's that. Peace.